Lost it between a couple of defenders. Williams with an open three. May is there, however, never touched the rim. Johnson shot is blocked. They're going to count it.
Keep taking care of business for your A&M. This team will not back off.
Johnson, no. Tapped out. Benson.
With a few offensive rebounds.
Inside Johnson. Good place with it right now. And he remembers, though, you saw Roy Williams there, what a caring individual he was when the diagnosis was first made. As Cam hits the shot. Cam.
Tar Heels, 2 seed in the West at 25-10, taking on a 15. Lipscomb, and let's get it underway. Here we go. The ball bouncing around, and it's Barry who jumps to the right spot to give the Tar Heels the first possession.
It's in that. Lipscomb goes straight up. The normal motion, cross screen at the back of it. Nice cut.
May finds Johnson. He turns around and knocks
to set up that opportunity.
And we know what Florida Gulf Coast could do a couple years ago, made the Sweet 16 of the tournament. And Johnson's jumper, yes. Lipscomb beat them in the
from North Carolina.
As Rose.
He can make them.
And it's a 2-point shot. Had a foot on the line. Johnson drive, and Johnson scoring.
So much effort.
To the corner. Tapped up and around, and May secures it. And takes it across court. Look at Johnson.
How about the range on that kid? Great.
And Cooper led them in scoring in the first half. This is the lay-in, and he had 11 in that first half.
Big to get him started. Nice penetration.
Carolina, conversely, offensively, 7 different players scored in the first half, and 7 different players had an assist.
Oh, 3-point shot.
Of any team in Division I.
Devin Hall, second team All-ACC, left it short. North Carolina's defense has really improved over the last 10 games. This has become a much more formidable defensive team. Cameron Johnson with a pull-up. On to Kentucky tomorrow as well. Check out this rivalry, how close it's been since 1980. And how about this, the 148th straight meeting. You got to go back to 1960, the last time that these two teams met without either of them. And he makes them both. Plenty of time to get a good shot. Barry. Great feed to Johnson for the layup. Inside at every opportunity, and with good reason, Wendell Carter Jr.
When you have 2 studs that can score in the post like Wendell Carter Jr. and Marvin Bagley III, you got to give them the ball. Good pass.
May to Johnson. Boy,
the offense for Duke in the second half.
17 now, but Duke still down a dozen. Less than 7 minutes to go.
Williams and that's a quick trigger. What a shot.
Cameron cleans it up. Johnson crosses over and lays it in. Late in the first half. Lights somehow gets all the way to the glass and lays it in.
Well, I said it in the first half. If you're good enough, you're big enough. And that kid is good enough. Went to Gonzaga Prep High School and the D.C. area. Played with Brian Crawford in the same backcourt of Wake Forest. Pretty good high school backcourt.
He had 18 points last week in the win and
straight national title games. It's really a remarkable career for Joe Barry. He'll have his number hanging up in the Dean Dome rafters.
A test of perseverance that will involve a lot of perspiration as well.
Yeah, you can't give North Carolina easy opportunities. Can't turn it over. Can't give them second chance shots.
There he goes, baseline, and it's a corner
to dribble.
Woods swipes it away from Howard. Johnson drives the lane, gets the bucket off.
Fatigue will become a factor for Syracuse. But Syracuse has got to get some stops and get out and try to get some early baskets as well. They're playing against a half-court tough defense every time down the floor.
That's another 3. Leads to a basket.
Tell you what, folks, this kid's going to be a monster. I expect him to be first or second team ACC as his career presents.
The 3-pointers for North Carolina have started to drop. Now 6 of 14 after, as a team, they shot 140% in the first half.
The freshman Alex O'Connell knocked down 3 threes in the game against Carolina back at the Dean Dome. The answer to the other end between those two. Yeah, May's 6'8", but he's given up size to both Carter and Boulder. Now Carolina with a chance to run, something they love to do, and Johnson will slam it home.
Don't get a chance to get it.
So devil's advocate, how do you maintain the relevance of Power Conference tournament?
Wendell Carter and Marvin Bagley III in the lane.
So 3 minutes into the second half, Carolina still leads by 10, and to make it 13.
Can jump like that. That's ridiculous.
Johnson for 3.
Walker, who hit the three-pointer to beat Boston College on the weekend, hits the first point for Miami.
Do you think that Roman and Ma were saying to Coach Williams, you take us out?
This time Johnson well behind the line.
In Michigan State nationally as far as the 2 best rebounding teams, but it doesn't look like it should be one of the best rebounding teams in the country.
Barry changed his mind. Now Carolina will reset. Typically North Carolina has those big guys that you expect to rebound at a high rate. Johnson scores again.
You know? Now, they do drills on that kind of thing. Yeah. The referees drill that incessantly.
It just doesn't happen to anybody. Somebody's an athlete, Ron. Somebody's an athlete. Shot clock inside 5. Johnson on the drive.
To get to the rim again.
About the only way the Canes haven't scored. They've hit 8 of their last 10 field goals. Cameron Johnson.
A really nice job in North Carolina. You just don't see that very often. These have been unforced turnovers.
Cam Johnson with the quick answer. Newton gets into Penson's body, and May gets the rebound. Cam Johnson. 4-3.
Three-ball is shooting it well lately, and that's an Achilles for Carolina.
Well, drive it from one guy to the other, and the one guy, Howard, driving it towards Battle, or Battle driving it like you just saw there towards Howard is huge. There's Pinson.
How about 2 possessions, 2 assists?
And Pinson.
All year, it has been an impressive season for Luke May. Swooping in for the rebound is Williams. And the second chance bucket.
Robbie Hummel.
Dan and Jay, thanks very much. Another wild inning there in Lawrence, Kansas, but we welcome you to the ACC. A great matchup between 14th ranked North Carolina and the Louisville Cardinals. We're just underway. Here's a 3 on the way and good for
Manley there.
back cut. Wara misses. Long 3 from Johnson. Wow. Time, but it's short. Mahmoud didn't block him out at all, and May got a second opportunity. And here's another one for Pinson. That's 12 second chance.
Very true.
Here's a May 3. Short. Offensive rebound. Johnson spins and scores. May. Quick shot. But there was Cameron Johnson.
Boston College and Florida State. And Farrell missed his first shot.
Well, North Carolina, Sean, is going to have to do 2 things. They're going to have to guard the 3-point line, which has not been a strength for the Tar Heels this year. They're going to have to.
He's a guard, but he gives them more than 4 rebounds per game. And a bad turnover right into the hands of Kenny Williams. Johnson, the transfer from Pitt. Nice dunk down. He got it back from May. And North Carolina for 9 points for John Mooney.
That's usually what Luke May does to other players, is pull him away from the basket, make a big guy guard on the perimeter. Luke May had to guard what he does to other guys. Now a little 2-3 zone for Notre Dame, giving a different look to North Carolina.
Cameron Johnson, that's a 3. It's good. They'll put him back out there and see what they can do. late in the regular season, perhaps with 2 games to go. And it's a foot. It's not like it's a knee problem. They'd rush back. A lot of guys have played with a broken foot coming back. Great cut. Are capable of shooting well from the free throw line, but just haven't in this game. I wonder how that's going to play out. 10 points now for TJ Gibbs, his 14th straight game in double figures. He made field goals the most in a game under Roy Williams, his head coach at North Carolina. Notre Dame in the danger zone now. 4 minutes to go, facing their biggest deficit of the night. That is now.
Dorn. And Markel Johnson has just been outstanding for NC State over the last 4 games. Double-figure assists. Really working well with Beverly. Cameron Johnson inside, and the foul on Braxton Beverly. Substitutions waiting at the table as Barry picked off the pass but threw it away to Freeman, and he couldn't buy the layup. Here's Cameron Johnson finding a seam and scoring. Well, I tell you, Markel Johnson all the way through, threw it away to Cameron Johnson. Got up in the air with nobody to pass to. He'll go through and score again. 4 in a row. That's well done by Braxton Beverly. Yeah, good shape up inside, too. He got deep position off that pick and roll. But you can just see a concerted effort by North Carolina to keep NC State from any looks on the 3. Cameron Johnson flipped it over his shoulder, and it went in on Dorn baseline. Al Freeman out of the corner. May, the rebound, the outlet. Here's Cameron Johnson to the basket. Wow.
He is a terrific rebounder for a guard. Driving left hand, too strong. Cameron Johnson.
Get those defensive rebounds to finish the possession.
Allen gets the shot off, hits the rim with a rebound down to Johnson, and here come the heels. Johnson for 3. Got it!
Or a little bit. Yep. And I think they need to start putting the ball on the deck and driving. Put Duke in a position to foul.
So Carter on Johnson, and we would imagine Johnson on Carter with the other end. Interesting matchup.
And Duke right now basically switching everything, switching every exchange.
Brandon Robinson on the floor for Carolina, sophomore guard. Kenny Williams with 4 threes already. He'll take the assist on this. O'Connell, nice kick. Duval rejected by Pinson, and Pinson hustles to save it. Johnson at the other end. Had some big games off the bench for the Blue Devils, who don't get or haven't gotten recently very much from their bench. They get a bucket from O'Connell there, and Bolden's been terrific off the bench tonight.
Carolina trying to raise Duke up.
Pinson, not a good outside shooter, off to Johnson, who is. He'll take a 3. Offensive rebound, Johnson, no. Johnson again.
Over there with those 4 fouls. Now he comes back in fresh, a senior that knows how to play with a few fouls.
So he's playing with 4. Trent is playing with 4 for Duke.
A box set to get Luke May down in the low post.
Williams
got away with a walk.
Kicks it out to Johnson.
And here is Stevenson. And the free throw rebounded off the miss by Luke May. Pittsburgh 71% as a team coming into the ball game, but in conference play almost 73 at the free throw line.
You're probably not going to see them there that much because of the number of threes that they're going to take in this game.
This baseline, Cameron Johnson free for his 3rd field goal. Camille Stevenson was 7, and Pittsburgh back in front. Another lead change here in this first half. 9 of them now. Barry. Cameron Johnson to catch and shoot 3. I thought that it around the perimeter. Back in traffic. Wilson Crane couldn't finish. May whips it out in the perimeter. Here goes Johnson, the layup, and 1. 5, 37-32. That ball did get deflected away. A scramble for it in the backcourt. Stevenson had it. Now there's a scramble. Brooks picks it up. Here is Johnson for the layup. You know, we're comfortable with him 1 through 4, but he'll challenge us to, say I did do 1 through 5, and there's a layup by Cameron.
Forgot a tie. I like to contribute to the local economy.
Thought you made a mistake once. Turns out you were mistaken. You didn't. Is that it?
Exactly. I'm never wrong. I thought I was wrong once. Turns out I was mistaken.
What's not mistaken is shooting threes against North Carolina. Every Clemson field goal was covered beyond the arc, and North Carolina that's their 8th triple of the first half.
That was just simple penetration. 1 or 2 dribbles into the lane, kick it out, easy step-in shot.
Cam Johnson gave a little
move, and Reese, that is an up and under move. People like to say when somebody uses the rim to go to the other side or double clutches, that's up and under. That's not what that is. That was an up and under move.
You tweeted the great Kevin McHale the other day, did you not? Some instructional video on the up and under. Lake Tech has it on the outside now. The Clemson bench wanted to call. Cam Johnson very effectively used that shoulder.
He wants this ball to move around a lot. He says, we've got 4 guards on the floor. Let's move this thing and run it.
North Carolina's moving it, Wojo. Might have been a foul on the other end. Cam Johnson dumps it to Luke May, who gives it right back to Johnson in North Carolina. Moving the ball beautifully. There's Reed. That was a step-in three that you just felt like was going to go, but it was a little off to the left.
Clemson moving the ball, and their shot fakes and ball fakes have been excellent.
More than 3 minutes without a point.
North Carolina needs to set good screens. Got a switch.
Johnson pulling up and scoring.
And that was really score.
That's 8 straight missed shots by Clemson as DeVoe misses it. Running ahead of the field is Williams, but DeVoe hustling back. Saved it, but Carolina got it back. Johnson. Leading in the championship game, the Gamecocks brought the crown back here to the Palmetto State, where the Tigers are hoping to snap a 10-game losing streak to North Carolina. Cameron Johnson now at 3-point play. 7 points and 6 rebounds to go with those 6 blocks you mentioned. Inside 6 to play.
Got a switch. Now another.
Cam Johnson, 27 for him.
Well, he's been outstanding. Now they're going to look for Joel Berry on the weak side.
Johnson. Yep.
And I think Yerk 7, actually, I think the officials are right on top of it. Yerk 7 got it last. Wolfpack doing it again, Spiro. They had 21 assists on 24 made field goals in the win at Pitt. Good move by Cameron Johnson. Brown, the outstanding Hall of Fame coach, both at the collegiate and pro level, on that list as well. There's a lot of different lists that will illuminate some of the great players in the history of the game when you come into this building.
Johnson within seconds. Berry from deep. The tip is up and good. Beautiful recognition to Dorn.
All started with the penetration to the paint, though. Nice transition opportunity here. One of the few we've seen.
Huge miss at the line by Freeman.
Well, both of these teams leaving a lot of lettuce at that free throw line today. And they come in as good free throw shooting teams, well over 70% in conference play for both of these teams.
Freeman 78 on the season. Huge miss. On the day in which he has scored a career-high 26. Johnson spinning away. Tough shot.
Wide open for 3. Justin Robinson.
In ACC play, Justin Robinson has been the best player on this Virginia Tech team. Good pass.
Out of a double team by May. Cameron Johnson.
In all of college basketball.
Todrick Jackson picks the pocket of Berry. On the run out, Alvarado, no. Luke May with another rebound. He'll dribble it back the other way. Nobody stops him. Now he kicks to the corner. Tar Heels with an open look for Cam Johnson. Can't leave him open. Belton. Johnson from the short corner.
Theo Pinson trying to take a charge, and Ted Valentine looked it up Put it on the iPad, saved it, brought it and showed coach, blew it up so he could see it. I had to tell him I made the right call.
Patrick Jackson, who's not a three-point shooter.
It's not a quality look, but sometimes it's better to be lucky. In any bucket you can get on the road from distance to pull you a little closer, trying to mount a comeback, are points you're going to take.
Back to a 5-point game. Ben Lammers has been quiet here in the second half for Tech. This time to the right hand. Johnson for about a month and a half, and so he's still trying to get some of the rust off. Okogie now with 16 points. Georgia Tech trying to make a push, but Johnson pushes back. Off the bounce. Good looking three-point shot for the freshman from Brooklyn, New York.
I really like Jose Alvarado, a great competitor. And Josh Pastner had a great quote about the young man. He would rather win than breathe. And that's what you need at the point guard position. He's competing against Joel Berry. And there's some trash talking going. There's some evil looks. You're making shots. You have a right.
And a quick outlet. Here's Grantham with Berry to beat. Can't finish, and Pinson cleans it up. Dante didn't have numbers there for the Tigers. Clemson is a much better defensive team this year than a year ago. They'll have to be tonight. Johnson on the cut.
They are guys to defend. Usually the guys dribbling.
Reed, a three from out front. And Pinson. Skip back for Williams. Here's Cam Johnson from out front. 5 for Johnson, his 10th three. From a three. Elijah Thomas the rebound, second chance. Reed wastes no time. May the rebound. Johnson, and that's a long one.
Now Cameron Johnson, Reed, Grantham, and Mitchell are the three leading scorers for Clemson. They're scoring about 43 points a game coming in here, and combined, they had 2 in the first half.
Johnson, with a skip for Williams, made a tough catch of a pass.
North Carolina's fortunate to keep that one.
Barry, 10 to shoot. Cameron Johnson rings the bell. Third three of the night.
I think Barry was looking up, seeing where he was going to pass the ball. And he just dribbled it off Reed's foot.
Shot fake, and Johnson, another one.
At least yelling at the referee. Well, I hope he's okay.
Yeah. Barry. Brooks tried to help with the screen. Tigers played it well. Johnson's been on fire. Keeps it going.
I don't think you can help off
the roll.
Good heavens.
Shelton Mitchell has gone wide awake here in the second half after a scoreless opening 20 minutes. Johnson a three. Whoa!
Shot on the floor. You can't come off a corner shooter.
What's a bigger sin, over helping or not helping enough? If you're off the ball.
Do I have to choose? For the last shot. A lot of times what they've done here is they've let Theo Pinson attack off the dribble. Now they're going into 2-3 zone.
Barry's on the bench with 2 fouls as well.
Mike Bray calling an audible.
Johnson knocks down a three.
Williams' whole offense, his whole coaching career has been based on a big inside getting touches.
Barry, not there. There's a big coming in for the slam. Well, that's been North Carolina's way of getting things done, getting second chance opportunities, third and fourth. We've rectified the clock problem. North Carolina's almost doubled up on field goals. They have after that.
North Carolina came out of the locker room unlike the way they played in the first half. They're just not quite the step there. And BC playing with a lot of purpose right now.
And they can explode, as we said. They can score in bunches. And Johnson with the hoop and hard.
Against North Carolina.
Absolutely. Going to struggle for Jordan Chapman at times tonight. On the other end, Johnson. Counted and a foul.
Carolina's missed 6 in a row, and yet they only trail by 4. Diakite tried to keep it alive, but a weak side rebound for Kenny Williams.
Well, North Carolina did a pretty good job on the defensive end.
Johnson buries a 3, and it's a 1-point game.
That's what Johnson did. played pretty good defense most of this year. Had a few slips.
Pinson trying to force one up. His follow won't go, but there on the offensive glass is Cameron Johnson.
Very quick, very athletic.
Walker, bad pass.
Tried to make this spectacular play, wasn't there. Pinson almost had a double dribble.
Almost rolled his ankle, too, but he finds a cutting jump.
Has another great recruiting class coming in next year.
Really? In a shocking development. Really?
No, shocking development. I'll tell you that. So
Kobe White. I know you're going to talk about Kobe White. He just put on a phenomenal show in one of those holiday classics in North Carolina. He's on his way to setting all
kinds of things with the ball, shooting, while everybody else was gone.
CJ's got 18. He and Berry having a good matchup. Now it's Angola on Berry, who picked up his dribble out top. Johnson, step back three. He can do that.
And reports of the demise of Kansas greatly exaggerated. Del Souza's coming back. Big kid's got himself eligible. They'll be just fine. Those guards are terrific.
First 2 points for the Pittsburgh transfer.
Historically has never done. You know, in North Carolina, we got a game. We're going to play the North Carolina way, and we're going to whip you. Kansas, same way. We're going to whip you. There are certain teams that really don't let down, but I'm not sure you're not wrong.
Luke May to Cam Johnson. There's the stroke we're talking about. During halftime, we should mention that apparently Theo Pinson just bumped his hip. It was not so much the left elbow that took the brunt of it. He's all right. Wide open, Cam Johnson for three.
Yeah, great look. He hung on to it and made sure it did that time. I'll be shocked if he misses his next three.
All right. We'll keep an eye on number 2 in white. Here's Pinson off the curl. Out there with Johnson, May, Berry, and as always, one of the young bigs, Sterling Manley, number 21 in the post. Shot clock under 10. Pinson always looking for a teammate. This time it's Johnson for three.
What a great cut by Johnson.
Really targeted on the defense there. Berry that time. Lucky they didn't give that one up. Good tie today. Here's Johnson on the other end. Barely moved to number 3.
And Williams, one of the guys with a threat, too. You got to get up on him, and that changed the defensive scheme.
Third tie of the half. And Johnson back-to-back. His dad somewhere here. He texted us before the game.
Well, both teams are not permitting easy runouts. Got to get some inside punch.
Johnson pull-up jumper, got it.
That'll help, too.
Yeah, good hustle.
Oh, it's like on the way to the dry cleaners for his wife's gown.
Johnson got a triple.
Well,
Cam Johnson with the three to answer for